a lot more. Employers find you a lot more attractive, especially when they ask you, for example, do you need sponsorship? And that question is always the question that keeps a lot of people from getting a job in the UK. And I have to say that there are jobs here. I mean, there are jobs. This country is built on people working, so there are jobs. But the thing is that for you to get the right type of job, you want to ensure that you don't need sponsorship. And what that means is that employers will see you as very attractive. It means that you are even 50%, in already. The remaining is just, you being fit for what they are looking for. Exactly. So please, this is the best thing anyone can do, both for yourself and for your, I don't know, your kids, your family. I left Nigeria with my wife in September, October, precisely, early October 2020. And we left, let me give us what happened. We sold off every single thing we had in Lagos and packed everything in four boxes to move to the UK, right? With just a few £1,000 in our pocket. And today, to God be the glory, we have recovered all of it, all of the funds that we've spent and whatever, and we're still just a year and a half in. We've recovered all of the funds we spent and all of those things, and we are even able to help out back home. And so these are the kind of things that you want to do. You don't want to be in a place where your visa is so restrictive you cannot do things. And another thing I will add is that, for example, if you want to study, let's say one of you or your spouse or yourself, you actually feel like you want to go to school. While on a global talent visa, you can actually still go to school. You don't need to apply for a tier 4 or student sponsorship or anything. You can go to school while on that visa and do anything that you want to do. And that is the beauty of this visa, right? So the most important thing that you can do now is to, if you have taken this assessment and you found that you're actually in the green zone, one of the key things that you can do now is to get help to ensure that you are actually putting the best foot forward towards applying for endorsement. That is the best thing you can do, and it is very fast. Again, we started the process in May 2020 during the lockdown, and even though there were lockdown and things like that, by August, my wife and I already have our visas. We were only just waiting for the airspace in Nigeria to be opened at the time, and we were like the first set of people to fly out of Nigeria afterwards. And that's how fast the thing can get to be, right? And so please do this. And again, another thing that I will emphasize on is the confidence that you need. Again, yes, I had a background as a founder of a business, but I have seen people who I've been able to sort of support one way or the other, and also that Blaze has been able to support in terms of, like, being a consultant to them, to even if they are not founders. And a particular case comes to mind of someone that I know that has been the head of like customer service or thereabout at the product-led tech startup. And she's been doing this for a while. And she essentially helped the company save, I don't know, I think it was like 50 million or 100 million or thereabout by moving them to a new CRM solution or thereabout. And she has evidences to show for it, right? And she wasn't a founder, but today she's on the global talent and she's based here in London and she's doing really, 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 really well. And it's not about all that. So if you think about it, like every single one of us who are on this call, one way or the other have contributed immensely to companies that we either work for or that we built. And those two things are things that they want to see. One of the beauty of this global talent is also that it helps you to think introspectively. It helps you to think inside, because on face value, you might think about it and say, I think I've not done anything. I don't think I've done much. These people are like, all these people that are winning this thing, they are way beyond me. And if you sit down, the requirements, and you start looking at it again, and you get help from someone like Blaze, one of the key things that you will start to realize is that you have actually done so much, you have overlooked all of it. And by the time you start with the help of, someone like Blaze, for example, you will be able to start bringing those things together. Oh, okay, if you bring this here, bring this one. I did this at this point. I moved this at this point. I was able to create this change at this point. And then you start bringing those things together. Times when you were spoken about in some publication somewhere, or one think that you contributed in one time that you went to speak somewhere and you actually really impacted a lot of people. You start bringing those things together, and all of a sudden you see several evidences, and all of a sudden you know that I know this person is the top person and he can actually vouch for how good I am. Even if I'm a head of customer service, for example, or I'm head of I don't know, internal control or whatever in my company, for as long as it is, you know, a tech company and they are a product-led company, you have what it takes to actually move forward, right? So all you need to do is to be able to, you know, search deep inside of it. And one thing that will also do for you, by the time you've gathered all these things together, apart from the fact that you would win, you would get the endorsement, and then you of course get the visa. Another thing that would do for you is that by the time you get here, that would add to your confidence level, because you can go back to these things and see, it is me that did all these things. I can get it done. Yes, because it's a different ballgame when you move here and you want to maybe, for example, start a business or get a job. Some of the things, the environment is different, the work, you know, the demands and things like that are different. And you might be thinking, I'm just a Nigerian. In Nigeria, we don't have all these processes and systems. But if you think back and you see all the things that you've done, that global talent has allowed you to sort of gather together, you would then be able to, you know, give yourself that confidence to face whatever comes your way. And that is what has helped all of us that have been on this visa, right? So going through this process, even if sometimes some people might, you know, get it and some might not, it leaves you a better person, right? It leaves you a better person. And luckily, you don't have to spend all of the amounts that you need. You only need to pay for the endorsement at first. And I think Blaze would talk about all that. You only have to, and that is small amount of money compared to, you know, the overall amount you would need. So thank you very much, guys. And we'll hand it over to Blaze. Thank you very much.